I'm currently in a concrete parking lot. I drove over here from a rock lot, had to walk a little bit. But I need to change a tie rod on the Cayenne S. And then after this, I'm gonna have to go home or go figure out a way to get these cars, both of them, back to where they need to go. U-Haul wouldn't rent me a trailer to tow a Cayenne with another Cayenne over the weight limit, wouldn't allow it, blah, blah, blah. So here we are. Got myself into a situation. Need to get myself out. Oh, there's a donkey over there. So right there is my bent tie rod. It looks like I also have somewhat of a leaky boot. There is some stuff coming out of that. So to remedy that, I need, instead of the 1-inch subframe drop, I need the 2-inch. Once I get that, I will be pretty squared away. I'm also gonna try and do some sort of limiting strap on the lower control arm. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna be able to do that. This right here seems like I would have the most room. And then to somewhere around here. So muddy. So in replacing the tie rod, you're gonna loosen this bolt right down here. You may have to use a T40 to hold it steady, but once it's already pressed in, you may not need to. T40 will come in handy once you're actually reinstalling the new one. I used a flathead screwdriver to get off the locking sort of inside hose clamp, and then I've pulled the boot further down the tie rod, and now you have to use a 38mm or a sort of large crescent wrench. I'm going to do what I can with this, hopefully I can get it off easily. Ow! Fuck. That's not fun. Sick, I can take the end off, and then I can reboot the other one, or add this boot to the other one. Outer tie rod is saved. Can use that at a later time, maybe, if I need to. Here I have the replacement end link, or the inner tie rod, and then I also have the replacement outer tie rod. So I've got the new tie rod screwed on. I am going to tighten that down as best as I can. May need new steering rack bushings in the future. Get that slipped on all the way. That's good. And then I would now be able to put this ring on. Snap ring. Or whatever it's called, hose clamp. Now that that's on, inner tie rod is fixed. I need to try and get this on if I can. I don't have the special tool required. Yeah, I don't know what I can really do about this. I'm just gonna leave it like that until I can actually get a hose clamp for it. It should be fine on there. I'm not too worried about it. So install this inner nut. put the tie rod end link on there. Bring it out a little bit so I can do this. Make it a bit quicker. Since the tie rod is a bit bent and I can't tell where it really was, how far down the threads, I'm going to kind of eyeball it at first before I try and mess with this. Yeah, it's really going to be about eyeballing it. That seems like it might be a good start. I'm going to go with right there. I, of course, will be taking this to an alignment shop, but first I have to limp it about 20 to 30 miles back to a shop, back to Jenny's in Draper. Get that moving a little bit. There we go. Now that's on. Get the nylock nut on there. And it should still be the 21mm wrench. I did not check. It is not. Not the 21mm wrench. So I am going to reuse the old nut. I don't have a 22mm wrench with me. Seems like that's what that required. I'm going to tighten this as much as I can at first without needing to use the T40. If it wedges itself in there right, I may not need to use the T40 at all. Tighten the nut on there a little bit, make sure it's good to go, and we should be good. That should solve my tie rod issue. About a 20-minute fix, get everything back on here, and it should be good to go. So I get asked pretty frequently, what do I do if my car breaks down? And the whole point of living out of your car is to just solve things, to figure things out as you go. It's unfortunate that I bent the tie rod on this, but it's a learning experience that I need to keep extra tie rods with me, both left and right. I'm also going to keep an alternator with me, a starter with me at all times, and probably a couple spark plugs. Maybe a CV. Well, actually, yes, a CV. I've had one with me for a little while now. But it seems the new coilovers have ruined both side CVs, so luckily purchasing those through Porsche of Oklahoma City, I have a 2-year unlimited warranty on them. But now the problem is going to be just getting them off the car, taking them to Porsche, and then waiting for them to actually warranty the axles. I don't know how long that's going to take, hopefully under a week. I don't really have a great relationship or any relationship at all with Salt Lake City Porsche or Porsche of Lehigh. So I'm going to see what they can do for me, if they can help me out in any way, shape, or form. But now I'm going to try and limp both of these home. I'll have to rely on the help from a friend maybe. Go pick a friend up, bring him down here, and then help them, or have them help me get it back up. So, about 30 miles from where I need to be. Not terrible. Unfortunate U-Haul wouldn't let me rent a trailer. So, stick the wheel back on, good to go. So I think my alignment went almost well. If you can tell, I think I need to move the tire in a little bit. This side seems to be okay and looking really straight. And then this side, not so much. So I'm gonna do what I can. So I think I'm good to go now. I did a minor adjustment, got it looking as straight as it possibly can. And now I should be able to limp it back to the shop. And from there, I will have to, this week, remove both front CVs, fix what I can. My new springs for the coilover should be coming in soon. After that, all I really need to do to really dial this in, maybe new upper control arms with higher angle ball joints and limiting straps, so my CVs don't get torn up again. Maybe a 2-inch subframe drop in the front at least. The back seems to be really happy. I've honestly never had any problems with anything back there. So let's hope for the best.